I've built a huge LEGO wasteland, and over the next 7 days, I'm gonna add video game characters in an attempt to overpower the master of technology, Dr. Eggman, and the king of Koopas, Bowser. Before we can start on the army, I'll add some Sonic and Mario themed structures to the battlefield. Upon stumbling into this world and seeing the chaos, Sonic's reaction was to call on his friends. After opening a ring portal, out comes Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Silver, and Blaze. Eggman is gonna need some firepower of his own, so I've built the Egg Dragoon for him to pilot. Equipped with stud shooters, a drill arm to destroy blue hedgehogs, and claws to grab unsuspecting foxes. Joining forces with Eggman is Bowser, and what better way to show what close friends they are than Eggman gifting him a custom mech to pilot. Bowser's mech is a reimagining of the Egg Dragoon. It has a similar body, but I cut the legs, and it comes equipped with dual arm stud shooters, a gorgeous Bowser themed color palette, and can be shipped to your door. LEGO can't beat these prices. No, seriously, they can't. By the time you've seen this, I've already gone bankrupt. Tails immediately started getting to work stabilizing the ring portal to bring in even more help. While he worked, everyone's favorite fictional plumber showed up. Granted, the competition for this title was pretty low. LEGO still hasn't made official minifigures, so I snagged a few bootlegs. Mario found a fire flower to power up, and Luigi is equipped with his ghost vacuum. Though I have a feeling that'll only be useful if a certain cheese wheel shaped character joins the fray. In Fortnite, Jonesy is constantly swooping into other universes to contact other characters, so I'll have him team up with Tails in his recruiting efforts. And he brought along Cuddle Team Leader and Meowscles. Okay, thank goodness I said it right this time. Immediately after going to work, Jonesy and Tails managed to summon one of the most popular characters of all time. A block game so iconic, a movie was made about it. Honestly, a game that revolutionized the industry as we know it. Tetris? Okay, not what I had in mind, but I guess we could use the help. Okay, it's Minecraft. That's what I was thinking anyway. Steve and Alex have joined the fray, plus I grabbed that decked out skeleton from my previous video. He's got a skeleton horse to ride into battle, and Alex has brought the Ender Dragon for aerial support. And I'll give Steve a crafting table so he can build weapons to hand out to incoming recruits. Another block adjacent game is Roblox. I built a custom default avatar build, and a popular game within Roblox right now is Grow a Garden, so I'll give him a plant-inspired weapon and add him to the battlefield. The next recruit is Link from Legends of Zelda. LEGO made an overpriced set featuring him a bit ago, but his sword is top-notch. He's even got an ocarina that he can blow into for our battle cry. One of the most expansive video game franchises is Pokemon, so I'll add a custom Ash minifigure. LEGO is about to release official Pokemon sets, but until then, I have these cute little Pikachu and Charmander builds. Here's some custom LEGO Baldur's Gate minifigures that minifigs.me sent me. They're really sick, and the printing is top notch. I don't want to overcrowd the battlefield, so I'll only add Shadowheart, Asterion, and Karlach. Steve can give them some weapons because it would be hilarious if Asterion was running around with a trident and elytra. In my Cartoon War video, I neglected to include Marceline from Adventure Time. Today, I'm righting that wrong. I'll add her and Bugs Bunny to represent multiverses. Rest in peace, multiverses. Of all the Smash Bros. Wannabes, you were one of the coolest. And most monetarily predatory. The next thing I'll add is Mega Man. For my custom figure, I'm using a football player helmet and a reverse Steve torso. I did my best to create a purest form of his arm cannon, and for what it is, I think it looks pretty neat. I'd probably paint it blue if I was gonna throw away the purist title though. Oh, Tom Nook from Animal Crossing just showed up. I don't think he'll be useful for the fight to be honest, but he can help Steve craft weapons. The Complete Saga is the LEGO game. It practically birthed an era of LEGO YouTubers, so let's add Luke and Chewbacca to the army. LEGO Indiana Jones is another classic, so I'll add the protagonist and have him ride on the Ender Dragon since he craves adventure so much. That's why I didn't add Han Solo, because I didn't want 2 Harrison Ford minifigures, just FYI. The final LEGO game I'll add is LEGO Batman, the video game. And while I'm at it, I'll add a second Batman from the Arkham games. Actually, let's add the Batman from the LEGO Dimensions game too, so they can all argue about which one the real Man of Bats is.
I'm Buzz Lightyear. I am Buzz Lightyear. I'm Buzz Lightyear.
So, who's the real Buzz?
I am!
The next figure I'll add is Kratos from God of War. He's built from Drax's body and head. In the same vein of jack dudes with bad attitudes, I'll build a custom Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter. I'll give Ryu some blue blast elements and Ken can have orange fire fists. One of my favorite games, solely because of its incredible art design, is Hollow Knight. I built the protagonist using modified 1x1 bricks, tiles for his legs, white horns, and a 2x3 plate to house his face mask. Oh, and of course I equipped him with a jousting weapon, which is referred to as a nail in the game. Real quick, here's where we're at in the army building process. There's still plenty more characters to add, but the battlefield is really coming together. Next, let's dip our toes into the world of apps, where most of kids spend their times nowadays. Kicking it off is one of the most popular titles, Clash of Clans. I built an angry barbarian with great hair, an archer, and it wouldn't feel right unless I included the hog rider, but in the spirit of things, I'll have him ride a Minecraft pig. I'm using LEGO's Lord of the Rings? Is that how I would say it? Anyway, they're on both his arms, which capture his design well, even if it limits his posability. When the Angry Birds movie came out, LEGO released a couple sets to go along with it. Here's Red, Chuck, and Bomb. Honestly, LEGO knocked it out of the park with the designs, even if they neglected to include a slingshot in the line of sets. By doing the bare minimum and building a slingshot for these upset birds, I'm outdoing LEGO, crazy. The next app is Jetpack Joyride, a game that I personally grew up playing. I put together a jetpack build and a custom Barry minifigure with, of course, his sleeves ripped off. To give the build a bit more flair, I added flame blast elements to the base of the jetpack and a transparent posing build to make it seem like he's flying around. Next is Spider-Man and Miles Morales from their respective Sony games, and I'll have them swing into battle using the Ender Dragon. We'll have to suspend our disbelief for this to make sense, but also this is a LEGO video game crossover, so whatever. I'll also put together custom Splatoon characters. I've made a girl and boy Inkling. I'll give them both canisters on their back to hold paint and blasters to spew paint everywhere. This video wouldn't be complete without Five Nights at Freddy's, so I put together a custom Freddy Fazbear, complete with a top hat. I'm pretty proud of this design, and he scales nicely next to a minifigure. Alrighty, let's tackle Overwatch next. LEGO has made official sets featuring some of the iconic characters, but they've become so expensive over the years. To not break my bank, I've created custom ones from parts I had on hand. Here's my custom Mercy, Tracer, and Soldier 76. Next, I'll add some Marvel Rivals characters. Their designs are different compared to LEGO's minifigures, so I built a custom Captain America and Wolverine, and you guys suggested I add Jeff the Baby Landshark, so here's my brick built attempt. All three of these characters are inspired by the Brick Patches design, so go check them out in the description. I put together a brick-built Pac-Man to join the fray. Again, LEGO has made an official version, but I still don't want to break my bank. This version is much easier to build, and I found it on Rebrickable by Dino Pete 87. You can find him in the description if you want to build him. I'll also add a brick-built Kirby. This is my own design, and I like how he turned out, even if I'm limited with my pink part usage. Speaking of limited part usage related to color, I had a heck of a time recreating Spyro in LEGO. I've said it already, but I really want LEGO to release more purple elements. This was a challenge to be sure, but I'm happy with how he turned out. Even if some of the elements are in the wrong color, it was still easier than building Metal Overlord. I've never played Subnautica, but this year I've been watching my favorite Twitch streamer play through it, so in his honor, let's add it to the army. We need a scuba diver first. I gave him a life jacket because safety first, and an oxygen tank that fits over his body. He'll need something to pilot, so I've built a prawn suit. The design is heavily inspired by Orchard builds, and you can check out his prawn suit in the description below. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, they made a whole game around that joke setup. Crossy Road is another game I played growing up, so I'm adding a brick-built chicken to stomp around. And I think it's more amusing if I refuse to scale him properly with the other members of the army. He just walks around stomping and crushing anyone and everything. The next game I'll tackle is Cuphead. I spent many hours trying out different techniques for this guy, and I'm proud of the result. Regrettably, the parts I use don't come in sand blue, so I can't build Mugman to go with him, but after opening Stud.io and doing some color swapping, here's what he would look like. I also use this transparent beam and hollow trans blue studs to recreate his finger blaster. That sounds dirty. Ugh. Do you guys remember when Among Us was insanely popular? I do. I put together a brick-built crewmate character and an imposter with sharp teeth and a red tongue shooting out. Thankfully, I don't think he'll be doing any killing today. Realistically, he'd be able to manage his priorities and put aside his differences to help take down Eggman and Bowser. Alright, we need to speed this along. I added the cat from Stray, a brick-built Geometry Dash character, Mickey and Oswald from Epic Mickey, the bird that took over an entire country, ask your parents if you don't know who this is, and an adorable pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies. And that completes the video game army. I've added over 70 characters to the battlefield, and the result is pretty impressive. What do you think? Is this enough to defeat Eggman and Bowser? Let me know in the comment section, and make suggestions for any games I missed in case I do another video like this. Keep on inspiring. Bye.